England are preparing to face Wales, full of intent to turn Twickenham into a fortress again, but the place might just be too comfortable, commercial and privileged to fill visitors with trepidation. Jamie George, the new national captain, is on a mission to re-establish strong bonds with the English rugby public, and it is a worthy objective. Steve Borthwick's team require some outside help while they seek to launch a new era and end their recent cycle of failure in the Six Nations. What they really need is significant home advantage on their side, but that could be unattainable. Can Twickenham become a feared destination again? Only due to feats on the field. As a sporting venue, it has size, power and wealth. So much wealth, but not hostility and fervour. Visiting players often talk about the stadium in an awestruck tone, but that is down to the sheer scale of it, and traditional English home rule. But now, England need noise. Back in 2015, it was literally rocking on Super Saturday, as Stuart Lancaster's side ran riot against France. The stands were shaking from the celebrations. There have been a few other occasions like that, but not enough of them. It is smart and welcoming these days. People pay handsomely for a grand day out. Drink pints, glug champagne, embrace the commercial overload, then, on the whole, sit back and wait to be entertained. But it can't be that way if fortress status is to be reclaimed. The home team need a 16th man impact from the stands, which is a rarity. Twickenham is so far removed from the match-day atmosphere in Cardiff. It is more open and polite. Murrayfield is full of partisan passion and antipathy towards hated neighbours. The Aviva Stadium provides steep stands and high volume in support of a dominant Irish team, even though it's not nearly big enough. In Paris, the Stade de France is not in use this year due to Olympics preparation, but there they have cleverly used light shows, flags and pyrotechnics to create special, raucous Gallic energy, and the locals are not afraid to noisily berate the opposition, the officials or even their own side. Game day in Rome is friendly but boisterous, and they have the best anthem going for them. It may be tantamount to treason to say this, but God Save the King does not stir the blood, and neither does Swing Low. Sorry, it is an awful dirge and, as has long since become apparent, an inappropriate choice of rugby song. England fans really need something new as their go-to option. The RFU have brought in DJs and some of the pre-match tunes can be rousing, and the Union are trying to implement other new ideas to re-engage with the public. But England could do with a thunderous fitting anthem and a regular call to arms. Ireland adopted "Zombie" at the World Cup, and the mass renditions became a viral sensation. There has to be a shift in mood at London's Oval Ball Cathedral. It is an iconic home of the sport, but that doesn't give a tiring home team an extra 1% of spirit, or fill visitors with apprehension. They don't create the sort of cacophony which made Thomond Park a place where Munster were invincible for so long, or which make the likes of Ellis Park in Johannesburg a daunting destination for outsiders, full of palpable menace. That is what Borthwick's men need. They need seething, ferocious backing when they are in the eye of a storm, and a carnival when they cut loose. In cricket, England savour playing in a Brummie Bear pit at Edgbaston and have more success there than at Gentile Lords, where visitors can be inspired by the grandeur and history. Twickenham is more like Lords. It is more like Wimbledon tennis. Turn up and enjoy the production, like a trip to the theatre. The team have to provide something to get behind, but all the logos, big screen selfies and gallons of fizz, the overt commercialism, comfy seats and car park picnics don't create a fortress. It is all shiny and impressive, but it is time for England and their followers to make it more forbidding. George said that the Red Rose squad, ahead of their Six Nations opener in Italy, watched footage of crowd celebrations during the World Cup and there was real fervour during the first pool fixture against Argentina, when England's 14 men claimed a backs-to-the-wall win. But the stark, awkward truth is that that was a different demographic. That's away from Twickenham. Tickets for the global showpiece are sold in a more meritocratic way, albeit an expensive one. A wider range of supporters are able to attend, from various backgrounds and geographical locations. At home, it is locked up in established priority access for debenture holders and club committee types, to a disproportionate extent. There's a lot of privilege and, how to put it, seniority. So those who are willing to pay handsomely for a seat fill the RFU bank account and fund the game at large, but it means it can be very reserved and subdued. Here's hoping that those who are lucky enough to be there on Saturday find their voices. Home advantage has to mean more than just familiar surroundings and a shorter commute.